Andrew, obviously Sydney doesn't hold good memories for the team last year. I mean, is it a case you actually think about that? Did it come up during the week, or do you just completely ignore it and treat it as a fresh start?
Oh no, you've got to look back at it, and it's good motivation to go up there and get the job done. They're completely different circumstances, completely different line-up this week that we'll face, and I think we're physically and as a team we're a much better place to try and get a win up there.
Were you almost cooked by the time you got to that prelim last year?
Yeah, probably, and then that was part of our thinking. A couple of weeks ago when we gave a few of the guys a bit of a break. I'm definitely feeling much better now than I was this time last year. So yeah, I think we'll be in better nick. But we know the side Sydney's going to put out there, and I watched their game on the weekend, and with Reid going down early, you thought they might have been a bit undermanned, but I thought they were terrific.
You've got a couple of pretty handy recruits this time around too.
Yeah, we do. Wadey was outstanding on the weekend. Just his not only his ability to kick goals, but chase and pressure. He was outstanding, and he's done it all year. So it was a great day for those guys, and I'm sure the recruiting staff would have been sitting back and fairly happy with themselves.
Jared's defensive pressure, has that been a real focus for him over the year?
Yeah, it has been. I suppose you've got to try and, he had some really special attributes, but probably wasn't a strong suit of his when he came to the club, and we put a lot of time and effort into getting that side of his game right, because he's got all the attributes to do it, and he was outstanding. Probably from the second half of the year onwards in that area, and him and Drew Petrie, as our two big blokes down there, have really led that.
As a leadership group, Andrew, did you have a chat to Lindsay Thomas after that 50-metre penalty he gave away, potentially pretty costly in the final?
Out on the ground, I just spoke to him just to keep his cool, and Lindsay's really important for us, and it was great to see that he's available this week, and he's going to be a crucial member of our team going forward, because he's one of those guys. He's not only a leader, he's pressure, but he can just create something, and he can turn a game upside down within a couple of moments. So good to see him playing this week, and I think he'll be better for the run, having a couple of weeks off with a sore foot.
What did you learn about last year in terms of how you handled yourself during weeks like this?
I think we got a lot of confidence. I think probably going in, a lot of us hadn't won too many finals going into last year, so it was almost like each week you get up and you win, and you're like, okay, we'll go again. And I think now we've been through it, and the groups, I don't know, they just feel like they're mentally in a better space, and I suppose expecting to go deep again in September.
Did you feel as though you're getting Sydney at a good time? They've obviously got some pretty key injuries.
Yeah, they do. But as I said before, watching them play on the weekend, you wouldn't have known, because Freo were all over them, in a pretty hostile environment, and they just fought it out and had their chances late. So yeah, they've got probably some really crucial guys out of their team, but the Sydney that have been playing for probably the last 10 years, they bat so deep, they just keep rolling different guys in, and they seem to perform a role and get the job done. So it's probably nice not to have some of those guys running around, but I don't expect it to be any easier.
Jacob's been watching a few Josh Kennedy tapes?
He'd probably go in there and watch a bit today. So he was outstanding, wasn't he, Joshy, on the weekend? Just stood up for them when they needed him. I thought Goods was outstanding as well. Their older guys really led the way for the Swans. So yeah, Benny's been outstanding for us, getting the job done pretty much since he's come in and played that role. So wherever he goes to, we'll just got to make sure we support him, and I'm sure he'll get the job done.
A lot of people seem to think with the age you list, your time has to be now. Do you get that sense?
No, we obviously got a few guys that are getting on in age, but we still got plenty of depth around the place. Luke McDonald, Aaron Mullett, these guys aren't getting the game at the moment. Kane Turner as well, big chance to come in this week. So I feel like if we had a couple of our older guys move on, we'd still have plenty of guys to come through, and we've got, I think, of every draft over the last 7 or 8 years, we've taken our first 3 picks every year. So we're constantly getting young guys in, and so I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to hopefully be set up to replicate success for a long sustained period.
Probably unlikely to make too many changes at the selection table, but
Is it worth taking a punt on Daniel Wells?
It definitely is if he's right to go, because he's just an exceptional player. So we'll have to wait. He was pretty pumped after the game because every week that we give him, it just gives him more time to be able to get his body right and physically be in shape. It's good to see him running around out there this afternoon. So he's a perfect guy to be able to come in and maybe play as that sub role and come on in the second half and really turn the game.
What about someone like Kane Turner? What gives you sort of the hope that he'll perform on such a big stage, such a young guy?
Oh, he's done it before. He did it last year. He was outstanding in our finals campaign last year and really established himself as an up-and-coming young player to watch. So, yeah, he was really stiff that he got the concussion the week before because he definitely played. And it's going to be tough to try and find a spot with him this week with everyone performing well. But he'll be very close, I'm sure.
So does he just have to prove it on the track? Like how does he?
Oh no, he's fine. He's 100%. It's more of a team balance thing and what the coaches, who they think is going to be able to get the job done. And so I don't think he can do too much more. Make sure he trains well, and otherwise just hope the coaches pick him.
Playing Sydney at ANZ Stadium, is that as much an advantage as what some people make out?
In what way?
An advantage for Northam compared to playing at the SCG?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. So I think any time that you're playing interstate, it doesn't really matter which ground it's at. I don't know. We'll go up there and whether it was at the SCG or not, or ANZ, we're not going to change the way we play or what we do.
Beautiful.
Good. Thanks, guys.